Take a look and see if we're good.
Learn to work all the angles and get your conscience entangled in a web of lies that yourself made.
We are. Okay, Mary Beth, we're ready. Hey, hello, everybody. Hey, Doug Pagitt, Robb Ryerse. We are in Washington, D.C. We came in for the inauguration. We thought it was important for some of us, for all of us, to bear witness in all the places we find ourselves. And we thought it was also important to bear witness here in Washington, D.C. We're right down the street from the White House. We're actually right down the street from Lafayette Park and the Black Lives Matter Plaza, a place that Vote Common Good has spent a lot of time. We were in this hotel in August when we joined together in the Al Sharpton hosted Get Your Knee Off Our Neck rally on the anniversary of the March on Washington. We were here to protest violence from the Trump administration. We were here on election night, and then we thought we're coming back here on election day because January 2nd, we pulled our bus up right down the street from here outside the White House and said to the current inhabitant, it's time for you to go. You're going to be done here on January 20th. You're going to be packing your bags and moving out. And so we wanted to be here to bear witness to that in the midst of all the struggle that we have, in the midst of the people who chose to desecrate the democracy of this country and to attack the Capitol. We thought we're coming here because we're not going to let these bad boys run over this country. We're going to raise our voices. We're going to stand up. So we thought we wanted to be here. And then Rob and I had the privilege of watching Marine One, probably one of the more expensive public transportation vehicles in the entire country, lift off away from the White House, fly over the Capitol, and fly the former president away. And then we were outside the security when we watched all of the people, inside watching all the happenings in the Capitol on television. We were outside security and we watched all that happen. And so we want to share with all of you the great excitement that we have from being here in Washington, D.C., and what hopefully you've been experiencing all over the country. We've decided to call this the Vote Common Good inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And to many of us, we recognize just how important that is. I mean, in my lifetime, there's never been a more important vice president elected than Kamala Harris for so many of the right reasons. So we're excited about that celebration, and we want to celebrate this inauguration, but we want that celebration to call us forward. We want that celebration to push us into the future. We recognize that all that we've been through over these last number of years, all that we've been through as a country, and all that we're going to go through needs to have these moments of fueling, these moments of sending. So we're so excited about this, and we wanted to bring together the Vote Common Good community and to have many of the people who've traveled with us, many who have gone mile after mile and stood in churches and VFW halls and parking lots and street corners and vacant lots to ask people of good conscience and goodwill to make the common good their voting criterion, for people of faith to join the community of common good and to stop our former president and to make Joe Biden and Kamala Harris the next president, vice president of the United States, for the common good, not just because we want Democrats to win. This isn't about team versus team. This is about the future of this country versus a very, very dark prospect of who we could all be. So we come with the same level of joy that all of you, and maybe with some tears in your eyes. I got a message from someone in my family that said, I'm watching the inauguration and I have chills. And I said, I do too, but that's because the wind is blowing out here and we're freezing cold. We didn't get to watch any of it, but we did get to stand in solidarity. And we got to see the fact that this has become a town, Washington, D.C. It looks like a military town. And it's time for the violence. It's time for the wall building. It's time for the separating of people from their government and people from one another. It's time for all that to end. So we bared witness to that in Washington, D.C., and we're going to celebrate a little bit tonight. And so we're so glad. Now, there's more than 20 of us that have bits and pieces prepared for tonight. Some of those people are going to be talking live into their cameras right now while you're watching it. Some of those people have put together a video ahead of time just for this moment. So all of that's going to come together for what we're doing tonight. And Dan Deitrich and Mary Beth and I are going to try to coordinate all this. And we hope that this all goes well from all the places that we find ourselves and all the people you're going to hear. Now, the first person you're going to meet is new to the Vote Common Good life. And I'm really glad that she's our first bit. Her name is Natalie Bergman. Natalie is a musician. She's just signed with Jack White and his record label. And we're really excited about the fact that the first person you get to hear musically tonight is someone who's new to this life, because we want you all to know that Vote Common Good is going to keep going, at the work for the common good. The work for making politics and our shared life something that benefits all of us is going to continue to go. And we need to keep adding more people in. So I think it's really great that our first person that we get to hear is someone who's new to this, almost in this way that this is inaugurating a new path for all of us. So Natalie was good enough to prepare a video introducing herself, and then this music video that she's put together for us. So here we go. Mary Beth, we don't hear her, so I don't know if that's if we need to recheck that. Mary Beth, I think you might be muted, and that might be the problem. But so Mary Beth, I think maybe in settings, there's two little settings at the bottom of sharing a video. Make sure that button is clicked that says share audio. So when you go to share, there's two
stop share for just a sec. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Hey, if people in America don't yet know the complications of a Zoom-led webinar, you ain't been paying attention yet.
Okay.
And just think, someday, Zoom will be a fun throwback that we'll do because it feels nostalgic during this time when we can see each other and hug each other and touch each other without fear of being poisoned by one another. There's a time coming. Mary Beth, we feeling close to this?
Yes, I'm sorry. I can't find her intro, so there it is. Okay.
By the way, Mary Beth has like 15 different videos queued up on her computer, so if you've ever had to do this,
I'm sorry, guys.
Let's try it again.
Okay, hopefully this works.
Hey, Mary Beth, we don't have that audio yet. Are you hearing her audio on your end?
Yes.
Okay, hey, let's do this. Stephany, you were going to follow that fantastic video. Do you think you'd be willing to share your comments and your thoughts now, and then we'll have Natalie follow that?
Absolutely. I just want to thank you first for everything that the Vote Common Good family has done over the last, 2.5, 3 years almost. And it's been just an amazing journey for me, myself, as both a person of faith and a candidate to be a part of this work to, again, move our country forward, reclaim a number of things that needed to be reclaimed, but also to path and to break ground on moving us forward. And today feels like we are stepping into that future. And so I am delighted to come in this space and to remind us to stand in the mantra of what I know to be true and what God requires of me. And that is to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with God. When I enter into this work, into public service, into what is before us with the inauguration of President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, I am looking forward to the justice that will come from the work that we will do together. Now is not the time for us to just celebrate and go back into a slumber and to forget everything that has happened over the last 4 years, and even more so, everything that has happened over the last 500. Now is the time that, as Amanda shared with us today, for us to be the light, if we have so the desire to be courageous enough to be and walk in the light. So I'm grateful that the work of Vote Common Good will continue to go forward, because we need more and more voices. We invite you to be a part of this family and a part of this work from every corner of this nation, from Staten Island all the way to Long Beach, California. We need everyone to be committed to the work of justice that will drive out the darkness, that will continue to bring us closer together, but will stand in a righteousness that uplifts those who have been so marginalized and forgotten about in times past. Again, I thank you, and this is time to celebrate, but also stay in the work, stay in the fight.
Hey, that is so great. That is Stephany Spaulding. And hey, I'm excited to say Vote Common Good, among the other things that we're going to be doing, we are launching a podcast, a daily podcast that's going to come out with a theme each day, Monday through Friday, of a different theme. And Stephany's going to be part, and Laura, who you're going to see on here, Laura Truax, are going to be part of our faith and our theology podcast on Wednesdays. So much is yet to come. You're going to hear a lot more from Stephany. And Stephany, thanks for all that you've done. Okay, we think we've got sound figured out. So as promised, here's Natalie Bergman. Oh, we do not have that. Mary Beth, it's still not working. Hey, Mary Beth, it's still not. All right, we're going to have to get that figured out. I really apologize, y'all. Hey, Mary Beth, will you play the Meah Pace video and see if that one plays? And unmute yourself, Mary Beth, too.
Nothing?
No, we're not getting that video either, or that audio either.
I'm so sorry, you guys.